Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for November 4th, 5th, and 6th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, if this is the first time you've been on my channel, or if you want to just cross-watch for your other signs, then just go down there to the timestamp and it will bypass the introduction. This introduction is going to be on all the videos. Okay, sorry I'm a little bit late, still trying to fight whatever this is. Went to the doctor, understand it's seasonal allergies, and it's just until we get that really good frost, I'm going to just have some ups and downs with it. So thank you all for your concern. Thank you all for your wonderful, wonderful comments. Okay, so now let's go on and talk about the cards I'm going to be using. You know, I'm going to be using my Bradley Valentine Angel Tarot cards and then my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards for the main reading. And then I will use my Grant and Doreen Virtue Angels of Abundance. And I will also use my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, for this, the introduction, I'm going to use my traditional Waite Rider and my Colette Baron Reed The Good Tarot. I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. But remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. So we do have a very interesting time coming up with the full moon. The full moon will be on the, what is it going to be? It is going to be on the 8th. Interesting energy with that. And we'll talk more about it Friday. But on the 5th of November, we have Venus, which is 17 degrees in Scorpio, opposing Uranus, which is retrograde, but 17 degrees at Taurus. Now, Venus is all about relationships. Scorpio, it can be very kind, very loving. It can be very pointed energies regarding relationships. Scorpio, I look at Scorpio as the secret discoverer or the secret detective. Wants to look and see what the reality of the stuff is. Now, Scorpios can keep a lot of secrets themselves. So not saying that they're, that this is totally an honest, time. However, Scorpio does not like secrets in their own world. So we have Venus with Scorpio, relationships, secrets unraveling or being discovered. But then we have Uranus, which is the planet of expect the unexpected. It's retrograde, so there's a little bit more instability with that. And it's in Taurus. It's been in Taurus for since 2018, right? Taurus is about home, work, job, career, very stable energy. So we have instability in Taurus. We have, secrets being discovered regarding relationships. It feels like on the 5th is going to be a very intense energy, and not sure what we're going to discover, what we're going to see, but it's kind of like on the home front, secrets revealed, not necessarily what we want to hear or see. It's like one of those times I'd rather not know what I know now. So interesting times. And then we'll go into the 8th. And then the 8th has, with that full moon, total lunar eclipse. Okay. And then there's all of this stuff. Some of the planetary energies are in alignment or trine or positive, but there's a lot that's squared and that's also opposing. So let's see what we've got going on. So we've got some very intense energies starting, I would say, more around that 4th, 5th of the month, and I would say again leading into like the 10th, 11th of the month. Interesting times. Here we go. Let's see what we've got. One card has fallen out. And here we are here. I hope I don't sniffle during our reading. Here we go. First card is the Page of Cups. So what is this? What is this I see? So pages, all the court cards have dual energies. Pages, underlying energy is our earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Earth, money, job, career type of energy, our home energy. Now the Queen, I will just go through it now. The Queen's underlying energy, the Knight's underlying energy is fire. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Passionate, burning, determined, fire energy. The Queen's underlying energy is water. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Fluid, emotional, romantic to some extent, but very, very, putting your heart into it, whether it be right or wrong. And then we have the King's underlying energy, which is air, which is our Aquarius, our Gemini, and our Libra. So we do have a lot of things going on. Oh, well, air is basically thinking things through, making some plans, very linear thinking. It's also hearing news. Okay, so we have some interesting energy where, Aquarius, my Saturn in Aquarius. Mars is now retrograde in Gemini. I think we have 4 or 5 planets in the water energies between Scorpio and Pisces. So we've got some, but then we have our Earth energies. We have Capricorn, which is Pluto. So we've got some strong stuff going on. The only energy we really don't have at play right now is our fire energy. So we're not quite balanced out that way. The water energy planets, or the planets that I was telling you about, water energy, that's going to make us a little bit more emotional also. So now we come to the Page of Cups. So Earth energy, underlying. Water energy, emotional. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, emotional, fluid. And I always look at this, and it's pages are very enthusiastic. They want to jump right in. But I just had this, first thing I said was, and what do we have here? This is quizzical. This is different. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this. Not quite sure. Do I throw you back? Do I keep you? Why are you even here for me? Because, he's looking at his fish. This fish has come to him. The fish is also like looking at him like, and what do we have here? So kind of feeling a little bit out of place, kind of feeling a little bit odd. I'm not quite sure what we're doing with this just yet. Again, I'm speaking for the card, and now next time could give me a totally different reading. But I just feel, and what are we doing now? Where are we going with this now? So there is something new, this traditionally is a new romantic energy, new romantic experience about to, unfold for us. I'm kind of getting a very quizzical energy here, like I'm not quite sure where or what I'm even supposed to be doing. So I feel it's more of an energy that's just kind of saying, again, what are we doing? What is this all about? So let's see what we've got here. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, this is reversed, and remember, reversed energies are stronger. So this is a 12. This is a major arcana card. 12, you think of it as a 1, new beginning, 10, transition. Plus 2 is our choices, decisions. Add it together, it becomes a 3. Numbers are important. 3 is creativity, celebration. It's also the power of 3. This is the Hanged Man. This is looking at things a little bit differently. So it's kind of like, I just feel this very quizzical energy coming from this Page of Cups. Not quite sure what I'm supposed to be doing, where I'm supposed to be going. And then the Hanged Man says, wait a minute, you're not looking at it the right way. You need to look at things differently in order for this to move forward, or in order for it to at least have a semblance of making sense. So something's going on this weekend, and again, that Venus in Scorpio, connects with this for me too. It's like, what are we supposed to be doing? Where are we supposed to be going with all of this? You need to look at things differently. It could be, the one thing I know about the Hanged Man is, even though he's hanging there by his 1 foot, and, he's not necessarily in pain, nor is he, he does not look like he's in pain, nor does he look like he's having a very hard time sustaining this pose. So whatever's going on for this weekend, again, with the relationships, with the, the secrets being discovered, things like that, we have to look at things differently, and it may not necessarily make sense. The Hanged Man says not everything makes sense. Just look at it differently, and maybe the answers will come. Okay, next card here. Well, this is lovely. So here we have a 21. So we have a 2, we have a 2 plus a 1, and we've talked what 2s and 1s are all about. The world means things come back to, things, what goes around comes around. Things come to full circle. things are being brought to another level, to another place, but it's also being brought to a better level, a better place. So the world energy does have a lot of balance to it, does have a lot of completion to it. So whatever this is going on has a completing energy to it. Things are coming around, not necessarily full circle. It's, that would be more your Wheel of Fortune, or, well, this does have kind of a full circle, but it doesn't always come back to the same spot, okay? But the world does bring about a good job, does bring about possibilities, opening, you've done what you needed to do. Now it's time to wait and to rest and to get ready for your next chapter. So that's quite lovely. That's quite lovely. Again, the Page of Cups, quizzical. And what do we do now? What do we do now? The Hanged Man, look at things differently. Things are coming around full circle. And in many ways, the world does bring about answers too. So let's see what we've got going here. The Colette Baron Reed, the Good Tarot. What do you have for us? What do you have for us? Okay, here we go. The Queen of Water. So remember I told you the Queen's underlying energy is water, and this is water. So there's a lot of water energy right now. And like I told you, I think there's like 4 or 5 planets that are either in Pisces, Scorpio, or they're about to go in it. The balance has shifted. It's more of an emotional energy. There's more of a feeling very deeply energy. But the Queen of Water, she is royalty. She stands in her royalty. She feels very, very deeply. She loves very deeply. So this in itself whatever's going on is being done because of a caring energy. It's very caring, whatever's going on. It may not necessarily be easy, or you might not necessarily understand what's going on. We may not understand what's going on. But it's being done because it's very caring, very loving energy here too. So I guess that thing, that Venus in Scorpio, like I said, it's opposing Uranus in Taurus. It's shaking things up a lot in our home front, in our security. It's shaking things up, but it's being shaken, it's being shook for a good reason. So the Queen of Water, romantic, emotional, very loving energy. Again, not necessarily, we might not understand it per se, but the world does come out to say, good job, things are coming, or things are going where they need to be going. Okay? Anyway. Okay, we made that short, but I just want to be able to get my readings done and get them out to you. So please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Click on the bell down there for notifications. You really help me out by doing that. But why don't we get started with our readings? And hello to my Capricorns. How are my darling Cappies doing? I hope things are working out really well for you. The full moon does have a time where emotions can go up and down. You are my goatfish. So there's many things, though, even if it does go down, or if the emotions are feeling like they're a little bit more than you can handle, you always land on your feet, my Capricorn. So I don't worry about you in many different ways, but you're very sensitive little souls, and I love that about you. Now, why I say that is that this is going to be a very strong full moon, so cut yourself some slack. How's that? Cut yourself some slack if you're feeling a little weepier than normal. Okay, let's see what we've got going on here for my Capricorns. We go 1, 2, and 3. 3 cards face down, reversed. Okay, first card up. The Knight of Water. So, Knight of Water. Knights have interesting energy because they're directional. They're going after what they want, or they're going after the direction you've been placing them in. Knight's underlying energy is our fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Water energy. Water is our Cancer, our Pisces, and our Scorpio. Lot of Pisces and Scorpio energy. In fact, I think, like I said, 4 or 5 planets are in the water energy, so it's very emotional time, and we're coming to that full moon. So this is going after what you want spiritually, romantically, lovingly, but it's really a very important emotional sense for you. It's like you might say part of you might not want to do this, but it's like, I'm being called to, I want to, I have to. Now, it doesn't mean you have to. You do have free will, free choice, but sometimes when the energies, especially that moon energy, when it's pushing and pulling and pushing and pulling, sometimes you don't feel like you have the choices. You do have a choice. I promise you, you do have some choices. But the Knight of Water does have a romantic connotation to it, does have a loving connotation, does have a sense of doing something for the right reasons also. So the Knight of Water is emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative, falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. So again, the balancing the emotions are, you might feel like, well, I can't control myself. I have to go do this. No, you can. Breathe through it. Breathe through it. Next card. The Page of Water. Well, this just has this sense of just, I just feel like I just have to do this. Now, the Page, underlying energy is Earth. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Money, job, career. But again, and the Page is very enthusiastic. The Page is like, yes. It's almost like this water energy is just sweeping you and just pushing you, pulling. It's just flowing you. It's like, it's going to probably feel very uncomfortable, my Capricorns. It's like you just don't feel like, it's like you're being swept up in something that's greater than yourself. And it might be that. And though it feels uncomfortable, it may not be that it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it is a good thing or a bad thing, but it's just going to feel uncomfortable. It's like you don't feel necessarily as in control of things as you would like them to be. But the Page of Water is personal, is caring, and again, it goes along that romantic pathway. So, intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. Heightened psychic ability. So that relationship begins a new phase. It could be an existing relationship. It's just that it could be that you just see that person in a different light. You see that person, I don't know if that's a better light or it's just a different light. And in some ways, I think you see that person with more reality. Maybe not, because this water energy does have a lot of, like I said, it does have a lot of rose-colored glasses. So maybe this is somebody that if you're looking for a relationship, and it could be, relationships can be your job, your career, could be personal, intimate, could be family or home. If you're looking for a new relationship, all of a sudden you might see somebody that you've known for a while, or even your job. It can be your job, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I'm just glad I have a job, or oh my gosh, I have a good relationship. It's seeing that person in a different way. Okay, next card. So this is very consuming. This is very flowing. There is a lot of spirituality here. There's a lot of romantic energy here too. So let's see this last card here. The Hermit. Okay, so the Hermit. Whoa. So here we have a number 9. 9 is, let's wrap it up. Let's get this done. The Hermit energy, major arcana. This is Archangel Raziel. And this is telling you, with all of this, like I said, this could be very spiritual energy. And then, in that case, the Hermit's telling you to meditate. The Hermit's telling you to pray. The Hermit's telling you to take some time by yourself and figure things out, connecting with your higher power, your source. But this could also be very romantic energy, and at the same time, the Hermit's telling you to step out of it for a little bit, because right now, things have a lot of rosy tint to it. You're seeing things maybe not as they truly are. You're feeling more than you're really thinking. So the Hermit is about stepping away. The Hermit is about, is about connecting with higher power. So something's going on, and it feels like it's really very strong energy, and you may need to step out of it for a little bit of time, because I feel like this is very overwhelming, and I feel like you're drowning in this emotion. And because you're drowning in this emotion, I'm going to say, kind of swim to shore for a little bit of time. Kind of get out of the pool. Take some time and just, dry off. This just feels so overwhelming. And the Hermit tells you to just step back a little bit. Step out of it right now. Okay? It doesn't mean that this won't still be there waiting for you. It just means that you need to have a little clearer perspective. Okay. Spend time in quiet meditation. Spiritual teaching, self-discovery. Oh, that's interesting too. The spiritual teaching, but the self-discovery, because part of this is, with this overwhelming is, I don't know, it could be a personality that's a little bit stronger than yours. And I know, my Capricorns, you have a very strong personality, but it just feels like it wants to sweep you away. And you're just kind of like you're not ready, or it's not time, or you're afraid of losing yourself. So I'm not sure, but I just feel like you need to step away a little bit of time. Get a better perspective, okay? So let's see what we've got here for my Capricorns. From John Holland. Well, spiritual union. So this is the Two of Water, Two of Cups. There is a lot of strong, loving energy around you. The thing about it is you may need to step out so you can get a better footing. Okay, better footing, does that make sense? Because it just feels like this is so overwhelming. But we have a 2, so we have some decisions to make, choices, maybe coming together. This is spiritual union. This is a very strong connection. This has a lot of loving energy around you right now. So how does this connect with the Hermit? I know that it connects a lot with this water energy, because this is water energy. But the Hermit, again, is kind of telling you to step out a little bit. This is and this may not be the same loving energy as this. So be aware of that. Okay? So this might be very consuming to you. This could be people that are telling you, hey, step back a little bit. Step back. I'm not sure. These could all three be connected with each other. There's a lot of love around you this weekend, my Capricorns. It feels very, it just feels like you might, like I said, you need to take a step back and kind of get your head straightened out a little bit, okay? Get your thoughts cleared up a little bit more. How's that? Okay, let's see. And you may dive right back in, but you need to do it because it's what you want, not because of the energies are just pushing you. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we have with the Angels of Abundance. I have been having a hard time reading these cards with my medication, so sorry. So let's see. Okay, cards have fallen. We have 2 cards that fell. Okay, yep, and it's very interesting here because they both fell up. Let's see what this one is. This one is reversed. A windfall of abundance. Oh, I like that. Let's see if I can read this. An increase of abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. And your next one is, well, this would make sense again here, quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Okay. Create this quiet time for yourself, and you will have more clarity about what to do next. And that makes sense with this. So there's a lot of abundance here. There's a lot of love here, but it does feel like, again, you need to disconnect so you can get clarity. Okay? Let's see what crystal or energy for my Capricorns we have going on here. Let's see, my Cappies. So take time to yourself. Take time to yourself. Because like I said, this, and sometimes this overwhelming, it could feel very, it feels very wonderful. But again, I feel like you're being swept, and it may not be the way, it may not be the path you want to take. Okay? Here we go. Let's see what, oh, sure, you want to come out? Sure. Crystal or energy? Air, breathe. Communication, imagination, independent, witty. Interesting energies here. Very strong, overwhelming energy that could be part of this abundance. But quiet retreat. Think about what it is you want. It's okay for you to want things. Okay, my Cappies? Anyway, take a moment, please, to like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell for notifications. As always, my Capricorns, know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.